We typically will start off with printing as a warm-up. I did not get that part videoed, so it is missing for this lesson. During the visual drill, the student is looking at the letter. As they're looking at the letter, they are tracing that letter on their bumpy board, being sure to use correct formation. They say the letter name and then underline the sound from left to right.
M, B, H, I, E, K, N, L, O, R,
Okay, when you say the R sound and you say if you saw a rat in your house, would you say, Dad, look out, there's an rat? Or would you say rat?
rat.
Rat. So if you listen to the sound of your R, it's rat. So the sound of a consonant R is at. So it's okay? If you're saying that's actually a vowel sound. Okay, so we want to make sure we're saying the consonant sound of okay? Practice. So if you do it like R, rat, R, rat, and you can just pull out that beginning saying rat, okay? Try it. Yeah, good.
The auditory drill, the student repeats the sound after you, and then as they write the letter down on their sheet, they say the letter name. Again, watching for correct formation of the letters and correct sound articulation.
I am now what we're doing is we're listening. So the last one was looking at the letters. This one's listening. So if I say you repeat and then we say M as we write it. Okay, I'm just going to show you a couple. So if I said B, you will say B, and then you're going to write down and say B. Okay. Now, if we get to K, what do you think? What do you think of first when you think of K?
C, but it's actually K.
Well, we use C first because that's the most common.
K.
Then the K.
Okay.
And then the CK. Yeah. So when we get to that sound, that's why we have 1, 2, 3, because we have 3 different ways that we can write it. So today, everything that you write is going to go down that first column, except for when we get to K, and then you're going to have 3 different ways to write it. Okay. Are you ready? Let me go to. Okay, I'm gonna move it so I can see you. All right, first one we're going to do is, so you repeat the sound and then say the letters, you write it. And what's the letter?
H.
Perfect. Okay, J.
J.
What's the letter?
J.
Okay. Ooh. Did you write a J there? I think, yeah, you wrote a G. So most of the time, there, yeah. You wrote a J now? Thanks, Dad. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we'll do O.
O.
And say the letter. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Did you hear me? Or pan. Yep.
T. T.
Mm.
In the blending drill, we're saying the sound on each card and then putting the word together. Again, listening for correct enunciation of sounds.
See it okay? So we're just blending. So we're doing p, ak, pack. Okay?
N. Brim. nap, nab, nab,
Good. Okay.
man,
Do two more.
trith, trith,
Perfect. Trith.
Now we're into the part that I tell the kids is the talking part. It's basically using the Heggerty program to practice phonemic awareness.
So I'm going to talk like a robot, and then you're going to put it together, okay? So
Yeah.
it's rust,
rust,
rust, yeah. Swipe. Let me hear it again. Swipe.
wise,
Swipe. Yeah, swipe. Blast.
last,
Good. Desk.
desk,
Glaze.
glaze,
Good. Ouch.
pouch,
Okay, now you're going to repeat the word after me. You're going to say most.
must,
Now you are going to be the robot and split it into individual sounds, okay? So most will become o, st. Okay? Let's do branch. Say branch.
branch,
R.
branch,
Okay, listen to it carefully. Branch. B. R. A. N. Ch. Okay, it's got 5 sounds. Next one, sneeze. It has 4 sounds.
sneeze,
Yeah. S. N. E. Z. Okay, try to get them totally separate. Glitch. 4 sounds.
go, go, itch,
Perfect. Frame.
frame, a, frame,
R. A. Yeah. Slept. 5 sounds. Let's see.
o, f,
Yeah. Slept has pt at the end. So that becomes 2 separate sounds. Good. Okay, now we're going to say so you're going to say we add k to the end and it
We.
becomes week. Yeah. Say row,
row,
add z.
rose,
Good. Say hi,
I,
add d.
I'd,
Say me,
me,
add t.
meet,
Say say,
say,
add
same,
Say tie,
tie,
add p.
type,
Good. Okay, now say wise
wise,
without z.
eyes,
Listen to it. Wise becomes Y. Okay. Now you're going to say rhyme
I'm,
without rhyme without the becomes rye. Rye Okay. Try light
light,
so this is light without t.
lie,
Good. Toad
toad,
without d.
toad,
Good. Save
save,
without v.
say,
Good. Bark
bark,
without k.
bark,
Good. All right. Next one. Now say wake.
wake,
Okay, this is wake. We're going to change. Is this the beginning sound? I'm wondering if I'm flipped or not on your screen because normally I'm flipped, but I'm wondering if I am today. Does this look like this would be the first letter of a word or is that
Yeah.
the last? That's the first letter. Okay, good. Okay, so if this is wake, w, a, k. Okay, we got wake. We're going to change k to d.
wade,
Good. Okay, nurse.
nurse,
Change. Oh, wrong way, Kira. Change s to v. Yeah. Nurse.
nerve,
Nerve. Good. Okay. Now say side.
side,
Change d to t.
Die.
So side, I'm going to change d to t, becomes sight. Side and sight. Yeah. Say harm,
Harm.
change to p. Harm, change to p.
Harp.
Good. Yeah, two more. Say fork,
Fork.
change k to t. Fork, change
It.
fort, fork, fort, fork to fort. Okay. Last one is team. Say team.
Team.
Okay, now change to n.
Team.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, that's it for that. So that's kind of our talking part of the lesson, okay, where we play with our words.
For the reading words part of a lesson, the students need to find the vowel in their word and put a little V underneath their vowel. This will help them to distinguish what type of a syllable they're working with. Once they've found the vowel, then they're allowed to read the word. More advanced students might have prefixes or suffixes on their words. If that's the case, they need to square those out and deal with the base word.
Okay, you know that's your alphabet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all the letters of the alphabet. These guys are the,
Vowels.
yes, and these guys are the,
Consonant.
yes, exactly. Okay, do you remember what a syllable is?
Kind of.
Kinda. Okay. A syllable is a word, or it can be part of a word, but it always has to have one vowel sound. So if I were to put that, it'd be a syllable is a word or part of a word with one vowel sound. Okay. That means if you look at these, is this a vowel? I mean, is this a syllable?
No.
No, it doesn't have a vowel. What about this guy? Ooh, this guy. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yes, it's a syllable. Why are they not? Okay. What about this guy here?
No.
Oh, what about this one?
Yeah.
Exactly. So every syllable has to have a word. Do you remember what a closed syllable is?
Mm,
We're going to review it. Okay. So this is my vowel. Okay, it's going to be a short vowel. So it's going to say a or I today. Okay. So this is a short vowel followed by one or more consonants. That's a closed syllable. So to put it into another idea, okay, if it was a train, right, in a line, just like this could be a word, right?
mm-hmm.
The vowel can be the engine. It can say a, d. The fact that the D is after the A, it makes the A say a, okay? Then it can be in the middle of the train. This is tamp, but because the M and the P are after the A, it makes the A say a. They're closing in that A. So this would be ist, hand, and stib, okay? But did you notice, is the vowel ever the caboose?
Nope.
Can't be the caboose. In a closed syllable, it can be the engine or any of the other cars, cannot be the caboose, never ever. It's always closed in. So it's a short vowel followed by one or more consonants, okay? And that's what makes your vowel short, okay? So now you have in here, you should have a page that looks kind of like this, reading words. Do you have one of those somewhere there close by? So now, because who's the star of our show? Every syllable has to have
Vowel.
a vowel. So when you look at that, you need to, we're going to drop your screen a bit just so I can watch. As you do, you have to find your vowel and put a little V under the vowel so you're marking it, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so go to the first word, put a little V under that A, underneath it. Yep, perfect. And what's that word?
Plant.
Look at it carefully. You're adding an extra sound. You're saying plant. It's plat. So you added an extra consonant there, okay? So just be careful of that. Okay, next one, find your vowel.
Brap.
Perfect. Brap, pretend word. Okay, next one.
Train.
Ooh, now do you remember what a closed syllable is? Where's your vowel there? It's in the middle of the word. It has an N after it. That N is closing the vowel in. So what kind of a vowel sound is it going to have? Is it going to be short or is it going to, it has to be short because it's a closed syllable, right? So what's a short A sound? Ah. Yeah. So what's the word?
Ran.
Ran. Excellent.
Nin.
Perfect.
Plan.
Yep.
So in reading sentences, we want to make sure we get all the correct words, and we want to make sure that when they're reading it, that it sounds fluent. So to help with this, we can often talk about what the subject is and the predicate, and then they can always group them into phrases, which can help.
Okay. Read the first sentence to me.
Pat has a hat.
Yeah. Who's that sentence about?
Pat.
Pat. So Pat is the subject of the sentence, okay? And has a hat. Has is a verb. And so we have to have, in every sentence, we have to have a subject and a predicate. So the subject is who the sentence or what the sentence is about. And then the predicate is the doing. So in this case, Pat is the subject. Has a hat is what we call the predicate. Okay, let's read the next one.
The rat is in the trap.
Ooh, look at it. I want you to point with your fingers as you
The
read.
rat is in a trap.
Ah, trap. Yeah, exactly. Okay, who's the subject of this sentence?
The rat.
Circle the rat. The whole thing. The rat, the whole thing. We're going to circle the whole subject. Yeah, the rat. There you go. Okay, next one.
Tim is a big kid.
Okay, who's the subject?
Tim.
Tim. And what's the predicate? Yeah, you can circle Tim. And then what's the predicate? Is a big kid, be your predicate. You could even take out the word big because that's describing him, and the subject could, or the predicate could just be Tim is a kid, but we decided to say he's a big kid to describe him. Okay, the next one.
The lamp is lit.
Perfect. What's the subject?
Lamp
The lamp. Yeah. And what's the predicate?
is lit.
Is lit. Perfect. Okay, so all of our stuff need to have a subject and a predicate to make it a sentence.
SOS stands for simultaneous oral spelling. That means that we're doing more than one thing at a time while we're spelling. So it is very important that the student use counters. They will need 5 counters. One of them has to look different because that will be the vowel. And they need to repeat the word after you say it. Then they sound it out with their counters. We make sure they have the right amount of sounds in there. Then they figure out what the letters are that match up with those counters. Once that's done, then they finally get to write the word and they say the letters as they actually write the word. And then at the end, they read the word back to you.
So in that you have like 4 different columns, right? Suffix is the first one. I'm not giving you any suffixes today, so you will not be using that column. You're going to use where it says first syllable because I'm only giving you 1 syllable words today. And do you remember what kind of syllables I'm giving you? Train. What kind? Remember the train? It can't be the caboose. It's a closed syllables. That's what we're working with today. Okay. So that means your vowels are always going to be short because they're closed in by 1 or more consonants. Okay. Okay. There we go. B, L, A, B. 4 sounds. So you're going to pull out those counters, but you're going to make this guy's going to be your money. because that's where my vowel is. Okay, so you just pull down your sounds to b, l, a, b. Then we're going to touch with our fingers and say b, l, a, b, l, a, b. Figure out the letters. And then once we figured out the letters, then we're going to write it down in that column and say B, L, A, B, and then repeat the word blab. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Did you sound? Yeah. So let's see. Did you sound it out with your counters? Perfect. So now we figure out what the letters are, and we figured out that they were B, L, A, B. So then where the pink heart is, you're going to write B, L, A, B and tell your hand the letters as you write it. Where the red heart is, or the pink heart is. Sorry, move your heart. Yeah. And that's the column we use where it says first syllable, because we're using one syllable words. And it's good if you tell your hand what to write, because you've done all the work of sounding it out. So now you don't have to do that anymore. You just tell your hand and write the letters. Okay. Next one's lamb. O, a, Yeah, we don't need that guy. Perfect. So what are your letters for lamb?
O, A, M, L, A, M.
Now you can write it down underneath the other word and say L-A-M as you write it. And what's the word?
Lamb.
Perfect. Let's do trab. Pretend word. What's the word?
Trap.
Trab. Okay, so now figure out the letters.
T, R, A, B.
Perfect. Okay, write it down and say it T-R-A-B as you write it. Wonderful.
Writing sentences, I give the student a sentence, they repeat the sentence, and then they write it down. Once they've written it down, they need to reread it to check if it's okay and if there's anything that needs to be fixed. And then they also need to square out their uppercase letter at the beginning and circle their end punctuation.
I'm going to give you a sentence. You're going to repeat the sentence to me, and then you get to actually write it, okay? So we're going to do our first sentence that we're going to do is Pat has a plan. So repeat the sentence.
Pat has a plan.
Yep. Now you get to write Pat has a plan. Okay, read it back to me.
Pat has a plan.
Okay, I'm curious. I think I see P-L-A-T. Is that how you spelled the first word? Yeah, his name is Pat. Otherwise, we have to call him Platt. Do you think Pat wants to be called Platt? Probably not, hey? Okay, perfect. Pat has a plan. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to show you a silly video. Are you okay with silly videos?
Yeah.
Thing.
Capital letter. Full stop. A sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. But what happens if you don't start with a capital letter and end with a full stop? The words don't know when to end and get into a mess.
Okay. Is that going to happen to your words today?
Nope.
Nope. Did we change it to an uppercase and put in a period? We have to remember that. So you know what I do to help you guys remember that? What I would do is when you're done your sentence, I want you to put a rectangle around the first letter. So put a rectangle around that P for Pat. A rectangle. So we're going to go like this. I'll show you what it's going to look like here. Pat
Has a plan.
Has a plan, has a plan. Okay, if this is my sentence, what I want to do then is I then want to go and take my pencil when I'm done. I'm going to put a little rectangle around that first letter to remind me, and I'm going to put a circle at the end. And I just realized, oopsies, I have nothing to circle. I've got to put a period in there. So we're going to square out the first letter to remember that it has to be uppercase, and we're going to circle our end punctuation so that we remember that it's all in there and we're not getting in a mess. Okay. Okay. Next sentence for you is the man lit the map. Can you repeat the sentence to me?
The man.
What do you think he did? He did something to the map. He lit the map. So maybe he lit it on fire. I don't know why he would do it. Maybe he had to light it up to see it. Maybe he lit it up with his phone, or he could have lit it on fire. I don't know what lit means in this sentence. We'd need more information. The man lit the map.
Oh.
Tired.
What was it?
The man lit the map. Yeah, and put a square around the first one. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you forgot to cross your T. Did you forget to cross your T, or can I just not see it?
It's a capital.
Yeah, no, but you read the rest of the sentence. The man
lit the map.
is your T and lit crossed?
Yeah.
Ah, now it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what's your subject in that sentence? Just tell me, what's this? Who's this? Who
Man.
is the man? Yeah, and what was the doing? What did he do?
Lit the map.
The map, exactly. Okay.
For heart words, it's often a heart word where part of the word needs to be remembered by heart, but sometimes it can also be high frequency words that they just tend to make mistakes on. So when they do this, we sound out the word first to introduce it. Then we do a couple other steps that you'll see in here. After we've introduced it with all of these 4 steps, the next time we can just ask them to write it. If they get it correct, that's awesome. We can give them a check mark. If they make an error, then we're going to go back through all the steps that we did to introduce it to practice it. And they need to get it correct 5 times in a row before it to be taken out. If an error is made, we start all over again.
Now we're going to do one word, one high frequency word that we use. So have you heard of heart words before?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're going to do the word from as a heart word, okay? So if you sound out from, yeah, color in, first of all, nope. Stop. Okay, color in those little dots as if they're your, actually, let's use your counters first. Sound out from with your counters.
F.
No, sound out, honey, not letters. R. No, you're right. R. That's another consonant. Put out the other eraser. Use your, yeah. R.
Mm.
Okay. Where's your vowel? Yes. Yeah, you're right. Okay. What we're going to do, you're going to color in the little dots for your counters because that's how many we use. R, Okay. Now, tell me, what is the first sound for the first eraser?
F.
Yeah, write that one in the box. Okay, what's the next sound? R.
R.
Yeah, write it in the box. Okay, what's the next sound? So yeah, it sounds like that, doesn't it? We're gonna fix it. But last sound. Okay. Which one is not? Yes, that's the one that's not right. So you're gonna put a little heart. Put a little heart around that letter or on top of it, whichever you want. That's the part we have to remember by heart. So we're gonna do a few things to help us remember that word. Okay. We're gonna first take the hand that you've got your pencil in, and we're gonna write it in the air. You ready? You and I are going to both write it in the air. So get it, your hand out, and we're going to say it as we write it. No, the hand with the pencil. Yeah. F, make an F. F. Say it with me. R.
R.
O.
O.
M.
M.
From.
From.
Okay, now you're going to do it on your arm. Put your arm with your watch out straight. Put your arm with the watch out straight. With the tapping hand, use this. F.
F.
F. R. O. M. From.
R. O. M. From.
Okay, now get your bumpy board. Okay, now we're going to use your fingers. F and say it. F, R.
F. R. O. M.
From. Underline from. Perfect. Okay, now you're going to write it one more time on the line beside all the squares and say it as you write it. F.
F. O. M.
From. Perfect. Okay, that is one word that we are going to practice every time. If you get it correct the first time, we don't have to do all that work we just did. If we write it down incorrectly, then we will do all that work to help us to remember it, okay? And our goal is to be able to write that word 5 times in a row, and then we don't have to do it anymore once we've done it 5 times correctly in a row, okay?
In reading of text, the student will read a longer passage. We want them stopping at their periods, trying to be as fluid or have as much prosody as we can. You'll see in this one that I'm actually highlighting each sentence so he can physically see where the sentence ends to read. Then we will discuss it or do an activity with the reading after we've completed it. And that is the last stage of our lesson.
Sam and the fish, okay? I'd like you to read this for me.
This is Sam. Sam and his dad fish in a pond.
Good.
Sam's dad brings a rod. Sam brings a net. Sam and his dad sit. Then Sam's dad gets a fish. The fish jumps. The fish twists and swims.
Twists and swims.
Sam's dad tugs on the rope.
Not the rope. What would that be?
The rod. The fish swims past Sam. Sam swings his net. Sam lifts up the net. The fish is in the net. Sam and his dad grins.
Awesome. They grin. Okay. So, do you know how to summarize summarize using somebody, wanted, because, but? So, do you know how to use that to summarize a chapter? Have you done that at school?
No.
No? Okay. So what we want to do is somebody. Who are the main characters in that chapter?
Sam and his dad.
Yeah, Sam and his dad. What did they want to do?
Get a fish.
Yeah, they wanted to catch a fish. Because why?
They can eat it.
They could eat it, but they were also fishing at the pond, right?
Mhm.
Did they have any challenges? But what happened? Did anything happen that was challenging?
Getting the fish.
Do you remember how it was difficult to catch it because it got twisted and swam away?
Mm.
Uh-huh. And so what happened in the end? How did they resolve that?
They catch her in the net.
Yeah, they caught it in the net and then they were both happy, right? So we're going to practice summarizing using, and I have.
And then before you say goodbye, just do a quick summary after reading to discuss what exactly they learned today and maybe even tell them looking forward what we might add on, if anything new, if you can see that. Otherwise, just a quick review is awesome.
So what we're going to do next time is I will add on a few more things and we'll just keep practicing, but we're going to keep practicing with closed syllables. Do you remember what a closed syllable is?
Yeah.
What is it? You got to tell me. A short vowel followed by
Vowels.
one or more consonants. So what it means is if this is my vowel, it's closed in, right? It's got to have some consonants after it so that it makes the vowel short. Okay? Okay. Good job, buddy. We'll see you later.